Welcome back to the next episode in our All Pro series. We are doing All Pro right tackle, first team All Pro Penei Sewell, and then All Pro center Frank Ragnow, recently retired of the Detroit Lions. Similar to the last episode, well, not similar, the exact same. We will look at passing touchdowns on third down, rushing touchdowns of 10 or more yards. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started. It's against the Rams. This is a 52-yard touchdown. We'll let that play through, and then, of course, we'll focus more on the end zone copy. Looks like some type of busted coverage. Okay. Let's start with our All-Pro, Penei Sewell, going up against Young on the right side for the Lions. All right, so we got our my bad. I was gonna say the pass drop, but I didn't know it. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like a 7-step drop. All right, so pass pro, get the collision. I'm not sure why he let up there. Obviously, he gave Goff enough time to throw. Goff was able to throw before he was hit, but he had Young. I mean, he was fine. He's one-on-one. Again, much like I talked about, actually, let's see. Yeah, he started off in the regular stance, so that kick slide, really, that kick step giving him a lot of room, creating that long arc to the quarterback. And he's beating this guy to the spot, so speed to power. Power with Sewell is probably not what you want to do. But he gets his hands off of him. And Penei's still in good position. I don't know if he thought he might. Oh, that's why. He does have his hand. I can't see if he's got his face mask, but it's somewhere. And I think that's why he let it go. But obviously he does his job where we can make that throw. All right, let's see Frank. Center position is a very different position than the rest of all of these. All right, so we got some type of sword protection. He's looking to his outside. Yeah, look to his outside. Keeping the inside hand posted for help. Nothing's coming. So, and again, keeps his eyes ready for anything coming. Continues to help. Natural leverage. Good strength, good position. I mean, that's good stuff. And I've noticed just in watching the Eagles and now this, how constantly their eyes are looking for the next defender. And to be honest, that is not guaranteed. Even with NFL linemen. Why is it doing this? I just pulled this up. This is freshly pulled up. Even with NFL linemen, it's not guaranteed that people are going to do that. And obviously, that's what you're taught to do. So we'll let it play through. It's against the Cardinals, high red zone. And there are 13 of these, so they got a lot of third down touchdowns. All right, so that definitely took some time. Obviously, you don't got a lot of distance to travel, but that took some time for that throw, so we'll check out what happened. We'll check out Penei. Looks like he's on the edge one-on-one. All right, 4-man rush. We see the distance he already created. So again, cutting that off. Now you create an inside lane with that, but you cut off this arc, make it harder for the edge rusher. So really steps out to him in this pass set, and then really forces him to engage, kind of with power play. I mean, you're not moving that guy. Look how much leverage he plays with. I forgot how tall he is, but he plays really low. Great leverage, sinking his hips, redirecting his feet. Nowhere for him to go. All right, we'll check out the center, Frank. Again, posting that hand just in case. We got a slide protection here. or half slide, I should say. So he's focused there. I mean, that's good. I mean, center. There's things you got to do that the other positions don't do, but obviously you always have help. You always got people next to you. So you have to do a job. You have to do a good job of plugging in where you're supposed to. All right, who is this? Seattle? That was not a great pass by Goff. He was wide open. He made that harder than it needed to be. Sorry, just had to say that. It was obvious. All right, we got Penei. I don't think Frank is in. No, he is not. All right, so we'll watch Penei. Not sure who 55 is. Very similar to what we just saw in that last play. Again, white zone play, so it's not going to take too long. Kick slide, a lot of distance. Flatten off that that arc to the quarterback. Cuts off the edge, beats the guy to the edge, so he then turns it to power. And just anchoring. I mean, you got to have natural power to withstand that, but then you got to anchor too. Sink your hips, get your hands inside. Now you control the lineman, and you just try to run him off his course. Penei is like, maybe he's a tad bit more athletic, but he is so much like Tristan Wirfs. All right, Dallas, we got a big touchdown here. $37 yards. Yep, both on the field this time. Very close in their splits, which to me says some type of play action or some type of perimeter play. But either way, ball snaps short. This time a short set, quick set. Inside hand, they're doing a stunt. So inside, as you can see, like we saw with the Eagles, he's going to keep that inside hand posted for any help. Eyes on his target. He's going inside. Okay, now I'm overtaken. And really, that guard should have let go and then picked up 91, but Frank was there. I guess we'll get to him. I mean, clean pocket on that side. All right, so we'll see Frank. Quick block. We see the slide. Again, keeping that distance, making sure, eyes on target, easily able to pick that up. Dang, he fell off that. I don't know if he tripped. But Frank has such a sturdy, like, lower frame. Like, he plays with a lot of leverage, and so that already gives you a good anchor. But as you can tell on contact, he doesn't move that much. All right, so this 21 yards. This pocket was a little dirtier. That was real close to not being a throw. So let's check out what happened. All right, let's check out Penei. We know the Vikings like to do a lot. All right, so we got kick slide. Looks like he's one-on-one. Same thing. Again, look how much distance he covers. Like, again, if he's here, that path to the quarterback is so different. So now you got to go wide. All right, once again, you kind of get speed to power. And he beats him. I think Penei got a little lazy right there. I mean, he beats him eventually, but Penei obviously did what he had to do. But you see those feet? Look at him try to recover. A, the mentality, but B, the physical ability to do that. That's what separates these tackles. All right, so that was pretty solid. I mean, obviously his guy didn't give up pressure. So we'll look at Frank. What happened on the other side? All right, so Frank steps down. This guy falls. I mean, Frank does his job. He's good. Just watching one more time to see what happened. Yeah, and I think Frank was just waiting for something to come back, but it didn't. I mean, guy tried to spin again, balance, like not leaning on his block, and that's another thing. He doesn't lean on these blocks. A lot of people will lean. Look, he's shooting now. He might be overreaching a little bit, but he's not leaning into his blocks, putting his chest on it. Otherwise, when he fell, he probably would have fell over. But he's got the balance, allows him to fall, takes him down. All right, next. 27-yard touchdown against the Jags. Man coverage beater. What do I want? Let's change the speed. All right, let's check out Penei. Edge guys all the way out here. He's got a tight end. Long path. I mean, come on. And this is one of the best at this bully ball stuff, the speed, the power. But yeah, he had nothing for Penei. I mean, but again, like I talked about with Lane and those guys, and I talked about earlier, look at the leverage. Look at the contact. Look where he is. Walker, I forgot how tall he is, but Penei is supposed to be like 6'5", something like that. Look at the leverage. Look at his helmet, his pad level, like sinking the hips. That's how you absorb contact. And again, of course, having your hands where it's supposed to be, but also just, you know, he's got a strong core and lower body. All right, Frank. Again, bit of a half slide. Posted for help, but then came over help 91. I mean, Frank's just cleaning it up. I think in the run game, we'll see it shine a little more. All right, next. This is a 1-yard touchdown. I don't even know if we need to check this. Let's see what happens. Play action. Yeah, we could check it out. Play action at the goal line. All right, here's Penei. Let's see if this turns into a pile. Well, he steps down. Everybody steps down, reduces down. I mean, yeah, everybody just kind of getting in the way. That's not much to talk about. All right, next one. 12-yard touchdown right outside the white zone. This is the Buffalo Bills. Out of empty. A lot of time. Who says Goff can't move in the pocket and make a play? All right, let's go to the end zone. Goff had a lot of time on that one. All right, let's see. Penei's out here. Oh, he's still changing the play. Let's see if we get a blitz. No, 4-man rush. I think that's Von Miller. All right, so good rep. Let's watch what he does. All right, regular kick slide. Again, makes that arc a little wider. Speed the power again. Von's hands are a little high, so fighting those hands off. Von's got good distance with the stab, but I mean that's the play right there. Obviously, Goff And I've been saying this in these quarterback films. If you stand there and just give somebody a target, you're going to make the sack easier. Move out of the pocket. But also watch Penei flip his hips at the top of this. So now the hand fighting, he is getting driven back a little bit. But now we're at the finishing point. He's going to flip his hips and drive him off the point. That's a good way to finish the rep. All right, let's check out Frank at the pivot. His camera's right in the way. All right, we got a stunt, but he slides down, reduces, picks that guy up. That was pretty clean. I think he stopped his feet a little bit there. Like, he's good there, but once he redirects, his feet were a little slow, but he finished it, stays in his way without holding. And then the rest is on Jared Goff. All right, next, 66-yard touchdown against the Bills. They be taking a long time to snap this ball. What a laser. All right, next. Well, not next, but end zone view. Let's see what we got from the All-Pro. Again, we got tight end out here. So, widen out the edge player. Got a straight pass drop. So he's waiting for him. He's got time. Collision. When it comes to Penei, man, the first thing is going to be that power. Collision is a good collision by Vaughn, but redirects. Again, hand placement right into the frame. That's where you want it. Because what a lot of linemen do, they're going to put their hands, instead of inside here, they're going to put their hands out here. They're going to grab the shoulders, and that's going to make it way easier for anybody to then drive you. I mean, he recovered. He made the play here already, but his inside hand position makes it even easier for him to stop that rush. All right, let's check out Frank. Let's see. They're not going to. Oh, they did. Oh, my bad. All right, let's see. Snap the ball. 4-man rush. Again, playing both lanes. It's good technique. Frank's just got really good technique, and obviously really understands where everything's coming from. All right, a 3-yard touchdown against the Bills. Racking up on these boys. All right. About a 3-step. Pretty quick. Let's see if we can watch this one without slowing it down. It's going to go fast, though. Same thing, tight end. Kick slide. I mean, it's textbook for him at this point. Yeah, you try to go a lot of people try to go power with Penei. It's not really working. Let's check out Frank. Again, same thing with the slide. Made sure he was fine here, and these guards been holding up pretty well, so he's able to help out on the other side. It's pretty easy. Pretty quick. All right, next 8-yard touchdown. I thought it was gonna be the Bills again, but it's my Bears. Oh, we don't need to change the speed. Wait, let's see where we are. All right, we got 3 more, including this one. All right, let's see what happens. All right, we got a wide receiver screenplay. Now, this is always fun when you're watching film on linemen to see them out in the screen game. Penei's backside, so I don't know if he has to do much. We'll see. I would have liked him to continue his effort to cut that guy off. because he does end up getting in the mix, but still, you know, not really the big assignment for that play. All right, so let's check out Frank. We get the snap. 1 second, 2 second, whatever their cadence is. Now he's out. I mean, he caught a good block. Again, they got their eyes on the targets wherever they're supposed to go. Once he sees that, you know, that's kind of taking off, then he's going to try to work back in, just find some work. Again, continuing with the effort, find somebody to put his butt to the play. There you go. All right, next. 49ers. One of my favorite games. 49, or not like this particular game, matchups, I should say. San Fran versus Detroit. Just love when they play. All right, we got a hook and ladder. All right, let's see. It's a quick throw. Let's see if there's anything that we need to break down. All right, good slide. I mean, same thing as every other one. He's not giving you a chance to threaten the edge. All right, Frank's uncovered. Just in case there's a stunt, giving some inside help, working his way, find some help. Catches this guy. I mean, you know, that's pretty easy. Y'all think J-Mo gonna break out this year? A lot of people are calling him as a breakout player. All right, last one. 49ers again. 6 yards. We're in the high white zone, or in the white zone, really. All right, that took a little bit of time. Let's see. Oh, Nick Bosa is playing, and he's going against Penei. So let's see what we get over here. Good on good. Man, so you see you see the difference with all the other edge rushers, because again, he's even, so he's flattening that out. You don't have the edge on him. Now everybody else just turns this into bully ball. Look at Bosa. Slaps the hands, tries to regain the edge, almost does, but he slips. I mean, even if he did, I mean, Penei was there, but still, the attack is just different than the other guys that we've seen. But anyway, so Penei recovers again, flips the hips, runs the feet, doesn't get his feet stopped. A lot of guys, as soon as they get to contact, the feet stop. His feet are still moving. He's still moving, so he's right in line. So if Bosa didn't slip, they would have met each other, and then it would have been a battle to see who was stronger. But I think Penei would have won that. So good stuff by Penei Sewell. And Frank is not in. Oh no, Frank is right here. What am I talking about? All right, so we get the snap, help block there. I mean, that's pretty easy. Frank, or maybe, I mean, simple, I say, but Frank makes it look easy. I was gonna say something else, but I don't remember. All right, moving on. We are going to go to the runs. There's only 7. So, what am I trying to do? Why do I do that every time? All right, 7 rushing touchdowns of 10 or more yards. Dallas, a mainstay when we watch some of these plays. All right, that is Dave Montgomery with a 16-yarder. Let's get to the end zone copy to see what the boys do. And this is probably where they star the most. All right, Penei is on backside. They got a lead zone. All right, so let me go further. So you can see they got some type of call here, because this end is going to go inside and the linebacker is going to take the outside. Because I imagine normally they would have just left that in and Penei would have been on the backside linebacker. But since this lineman stunts this end, he just stays with him. Again, play's not really supposed to come to him, but he does a good job of just occupying the block. All right, Frank, ball snaps already. If you can see it, he's got to, I wouldn't say reach him because he's already got the leverage, but he's just got to make sure he continues to capture this gap. So watch the feet. He's running, staying outside, making sure this guy doesn't beat him. And then he grabs, gets a 2-for-1. Now, some people might say that's a hold. Who knows? I mean, look, this, whoever that is, I think that's Mozzie Smith. He does a great job. He's occupying this double team. He is not letting them get to the linebacker. So Frank just kind of tries to cause a collision, which he does. Now he does grab here, but that's the beautiful thing. Now with the cutback, it's no longer a hold because that guy is trying to turn to go inside towards Montgomery. So now I'm not holding him. And then, it's just a pile up. Hey, that's sneaky veteran play right there. But a big play. He had to get both. That causes, I'm just talking when I could show you. That causes the cutback seam. Now, I mean, that linebacker could have overran whatever, but either way, Frank causes that seam right there for Montgomery to cut back on. All right, next. 45, oh my God. 45-yard touchdown by Jahmyr Gibbs against the Minnesota Vikings. Whoop. That was video game right there. All right. Let's see these blocks. They got him to the third level pretty easy, and then he did the rest. All right, Penei's on the edge. I forgot, what is that rookie's name from Bama? Turner? I think that's him. All right, this is a split zone, looks like. So Penei should step down. Turner goes inside. So now his eyes should be going to the next target. But he chips him. Make sure that his guy gets the block. That's good stuff, and still able to get to his next target. Engages, and I talked about this with Jordan Mailata. Engages in space, doesn't fall. Balance, feet, drive the feet, occupy space. Now he's creating this lane, but obviously Gibbs goes to the outside. But man, Penei out. Okay, let's watch that in real time. Penei outrunning this linebacker to still cut him off. Great angle, great speed. I mean, that wasn't like, a do or die block, but that just shows you that type of effort and athletic ability, why he's different. All right, let's watch Frank in the middle. That's a tough block now. He's uncovered. This is a zone step. He's got to get to this guy over here. Now it's his job to chip and kind of help, but Frank's got to get over there. And he moved right before, so he's even further. So Frank, great feet. I mean, that right there is the play. Because if Frank doesn't maintain that, that's where the play stops. So again, watch him move his feet, continue to drive, continue to drive, continue to drive, stay in phase with that blocker. So many linemen get in contact and stop the feet. And now the D-line just continues to run down into the lane and makes the play. Two great examples of why those guys are all pros. All right, Tennessee Titans. That's shocking. Now that's a good run stopping team. 70 yards. Safety had a terrible angle. And Gibbs is really fast. All right, so let's see what happened here. All right, we'll look at Penei first. He is backside of this play. Tight end, so the edge is already... What is this? This looks like a wham. Oh no, it's not. It's a linebacker. I'm not sure what this is, but anyway, Penei has the kick out. He's got the backside block. That's easy. It's not much that he has to do. All right, so let's look at what Frank does, because tight end is gonna come here and insert. I think it's like a zone insert. Lions were big for that. Oh yeah, you see how they kicked out different ways? It's pretty much like a lead. Anyway, Frank steps to this double team on Simmons. Look, butt to the play. Show the running back where the lane is. Combo to the linebacker, he overtakes. So let's look at that. He's got to work to the outside shoulder, or at least square up with Simmons so that he could seal him off. Feet. It's all about feet. And Simmons, that's a bad job by him because he stopped his feet when he shouldn't have. You get this contact right here. Okay, we're in a double team. Now Simmons stops. Frank continues to move feet. Once you see that, you should already know where he's going. You should continue to work, but Frank continues to work. Beats you to the spot, turns you. And one of the big reasons they was able to spring him to the third level. You love to see it. All right, 15 yards. Gibbs again. David Montgomery had that one little moment. All right, Packers. And that's that spread elements of these offenses. Working the receiver. I think I said the last video, what you do with your receivers are important too in the run game. All right, let's look. Penei. Yeah, we got an inside zone here with a bit of a, why is it not stopping? Odd aiming point. Anyway, got a tight end. We're stepping down this way anyway. So he's not worried about the edge. He's going to be stepping down to the next player. That's him. Linebacker triggers, so that'll be for him. So Penei has to get to 91. And honestly, 91 beats him to the spot, but Penei just continues to drive and to just crash him down the line. He doesn't have any footing. So it's a good job by Penei. And that the play hits right in that lane too as well. All right, let's check out Frank. Frank has nose. He's head up. So you know he doesn't have to go far. Occupies him. I mean, you know, that's pretty easy. All right, next. 30-yard touchdown by Gibbs. It's got to be. Oh, no. I feel like we would have way more touchdowns than this. All right, 49ers. All right, we got a perimeter play this time. Let's... All right, let's see. All right, we got both on the edge. We got a 5-man front. Looks like another inside zone. Alright, so Bosa jumps inside. This is a kick out block. I have no idea why he does this. I don't know if they got some type of call. But once again, I said this during when I was talking about Lane's tape. A defender did this, or didn't do this, but this is not a pass drop. He's stepping towards you. So now you need to maintain outside leverage at the edge. Bosa jumps inside for whatever reason. Good recovery by Sewell, but you know it's easy to pin him now. He low-key tackled him, but you know we ain't gonna talk about that. So pin him, put the butt to the play, gave him the outside lane. There's that. All right, let's look at Frank. He should be stepping right. He does. This defender doesn't move, so he's able to seal him off pretty easy. Actually, he starts fighting at the end, but able to seal him off pretty easy. Okay, 25-yard touchdown by Gibbs against the Minnesota Vikings. Woo! That looked like a cutback, but I'm not sure because it was so smooth. Nope, that's not the last one. Second to last one. All right, motion tight end to the backfield, fullback position. Or we're watching Penei. I think he's backside. I don't know. Either way, Turner is going inside. They combo him. This guy's on the edge, so Penei, you saw he had his eyes on him, but he's not doing nothing, so he just stays on the combo. It's pretty easy. Or straightforward, let's say that. Trying to see where this was supposed, if it was, I think it was designed to bend back that way, but either way, they just double teamed there. That lane is so huge. All right, let's check out Frank. He's uncovered. He's gonna step down. He's got Phillips. I mean, he's already in position, which is why I said I think it was designed, because everybody was putting their butt to that way. Yeah, they did an insert again, so yeah, it was definitely designed. So anyway, puts his butt to the play. Him and Harrison, they battle it out, but you don't gotta do much with a back like that. I mean, in that situation, you already had the leverage. Just turn, put your butt to the play, maintain your block. All right, last one. Gibbs again, Vikings again. This time we in the red zone, 13-yard tutty. We got lead block. All right, let's see. I think Penei is backside again. Yeah, because they did a lead block. So Penei's backside. Plus it looks unbalanced. No, they just brought in an extra lineman as a tight end. So he's essentially a guard on this play. Combo. Kick out. Yeah, this is pretty much a duo. Yeah, Penei doesn't have to do much. Let's check out Frank. He's play side now. He's got to do a lot. Because he's got to get over to Phillips. And again, Phillips is almost a gap and a half away from him. So he's got to get over here. Let's see, kick out. That should be a combo. Yeah, so he doesn't really have help. I mean, the lead blocker could help clean it up if need be, but really that's one-on-one. So number one, if he doesn't get over there in time, you know, that's going to make the play bounce back inside. And number two, obviously he's got to win that block because there's nobody. I mean, the fullback's there, but he could blow that play up. So, I mean, with Frank, it's just been his feet. His feet are great. His hand placement and, you know, leverage is great. But his feet, continues to run his feet. all the way to cut off Phillips. Play ends up stringing, but that's good stuff there. So that's it. That is the Detroit Lion, 2 offensive linemen, all pro. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it. Get the convo started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and hopefully see y'all for the next episode.